Howdy YouTube, Kevin here again. Well, as of April 1st I was binding my tongue. Well, today is the 15th, I believe, and, well, I wanted to have it done by the 19th, so I was getting a little bored of waiting for the binding to take place. So I did what a couple people on YouTube have done, and I pulled out a razor blade and decided to finish the job. Well, it took me about 45 minutes. Wasn't that bad. Actually, having the tongue piercing, the hardest part of going with a blade and finishing it was taking and getting through the scar tissue on the inside of the tongue ring. So I hope you're not squeamish watching a video like this, but I'm going to show you what my sink looks like right now. There's no blood in the sink, but there's a lot of stuff like gauze and Q-tips, paper towels with my blood on it. So I don't think I bled a lot. I didn't drool blood all over the place or anything. I used gauze, and after I would go so far with the razor blade, I would take and dip it in alcohol and clean it back up. I'm actually surprised I put a piece of gauze in my mouth for like 10 minutes, which I really didn't need to do. Having the fish line in there for the last 15 days, it must have done something to the inside of my tongue, because it was, I mean, you can tell that it's cut, but it's not bleeding anymore. It's pretty much, it's going to have to heal and be smooth. But I'm going to show you the mess, then I'm going to show you my tongue. I know I'm not looking at the camera because I'm looking into my bathroom mirror, seeing what I'm recording. So here's my mess. As you can see, I tried forceps and stuff holding my tongue, but I found it easier just to stick my tongue out and go right down the line. And I mean, I was already more than 1/8 of an inch deep in my into my binding, and I was only going 3/4 of an inch. So I didn't need the forceps. The reason you saw a Bic razor on the sink, what I actually found, instead of using a scalpel or X-Acto blade like a lot of people on the other videos do, I found that on a Bic blade, the blade is so thin and super sharp that it's just, you just break it out and sanitize it as best you can with alcohol and whatnot, and it goes right through like butter. So, alright, here's my tongue. I'm not going to lie, I was a little worried when it first separated, because I told you in the beginning I have a shorter tongue than I've seen most people attempt this with. So when I first successfully split, my tongue ring fell out in my hand. It took in, my tongue was kind of setting like that. You can see how it kind of pushes together. I don't know if it'll eventually separate a little bit more when it heals. It's a little swollen, but it's not too bad. I notice I'm talking kind of like I just got my tongue pierced. Hopefully that'll go away as I, talk more. I was kind of hoping that since my tongue was so short that when I opened my mouth you wouldn't really be able to tell I had my tongue split. But something tells me it's apparent. So, thank you for my journey. 15 days. Probably would have took another 15 if I wouldn't have cheated and used a razor blade. But, you know, a lot of people when you do this, patience is, it's a pain in the butt. And I was starting to get to the point where I was picking scabs off my tongue every day. And the binding was getting so hard to dig out that I was just like, you know, man, just cut this shit. So thanks for following me on my adventure. I've watched your videos. Hope you liked mine. See ya.